Hello, my friends. Welcome to another Sacred Space and Merry Christmas. All right, let's sing our Getting Ready song and then we can move into our story. God welcomes all, strangers and friends. God's love is strong and it never ends. God welcomes all, strangers and friends. God's love is strong and it never ends. All right, my friends, we have been in the season of Advent. It's a serious season, right? We use the color purple for this season, the color for getting ready, the color for royalty, because we know that the King who was coming is still coming. And that has been the mystery that we have been getting ready to enter into. The first week, we talked about the prophets, right? Prophets are people who come so close to God, and God comes so close to them that they know what's most important. And the prophets pointed us. They pointed at them and us to Bethlehem because they knew something very important was going to happen there. All right. I'm going to light the candle of the prophets. Let's just take a moment and enjoy this light. All right. The second week, we discussed the Holy Family. The mother, Mary, and Joseph. And when we talk about this journey, we also include the donkey because they were making a journey to Bethlehem, and Mary was so large with the baby in her belly that it was very uncomfortable to journey. It was hard to walk, and it was hard to ride, and it is quite possible they were the last ones on the road to Bethlehem that night. Okay, I'm going to light the candle of the Holy Family. Let's enjoy the light of the Holy Family. All right, the third week of Advent, we talked about the shepherds. This might be my personal favorite one to talk about. I love thinking about these shepherds who were keeping watch over their sheep in the fields near Bethlehem when the brightest light that you can even imagine shone in the sky, and it frightened them so terribly that they couldn't even think or hear anything. They were so scared. And all they could hear was the sound of their hearts. But as soon as that slowed down a bit, then they could detect singing. They could hear that there was singing because what the bright light was an army of angels in the sky saying, "Do not be afraid. We bring you tidings of great joy for all people. So stop and run to Bethlehem to see the child who will change everything." And so the shepherds did. And the third Sunday of Advent, we light the pink candle. We often remember Mary with the pink candle, but we also use it as a symbol to know that even though this is a serious time, it's also a time of celebration. So let's enjoy the light of the shepherds. Okay, last week we talked about the Magi. Sometimes they are called the three kings. Sometimes they're called the three wise men. And we know that the word magic comes from the word magi. And it's because these people, the Magi, were so smart about things that people thought they were magic. And what they were smart about were the stars. They were so smart about the stars that they could tell people when to take trips according to the stars. They could tell them when there was going to be a snowfall, things like this, when to plant their crops, by the maps of their stars. Well, one day they saw a wild star. This star was not on their maps, and so they knew that they needed to follow that star. And so they did. They followed it, and they took gifts for a king, and they headed to Bethlehem. All right. I'm going to light the candle of the Magi. Let's enjoy the light of the Magi. All right, my friends. So today, the color changes. The color changes to white. The color changes to white because that is the color in the church calendar that represents celebration. All right? So this is the week at Christmas we get to talk about the king, the baby who was born. That would change everything. All right. So another character that we talk about when we think about the birth of Jesus is the cow. Well, the cow got up that morning and went to go eat her breakfast. And what she found in her manger was not hay, but a baby, a child king who was born in a barn and who would change everything. All right, my friends, something is missing. We have our candles. Oh, yes, it is the Christ candle. So today we get to light the Christ candle. And we get to consider the mystery of this king, of this baby who would change everything. Let's enjoy the Christ candle. All right, now I'm going to change the lights. I'm going to change the lights, and as we change them, let's think about what this might mean for us. So the prophets, the light right now is in this time and place, but we're going to change it. And the light of the prophets is going to fill this room with you wherever you are. So that if you need to know what's most important, you can think about the prophets. And then we're going to change the light of the Holy Family so it can be with us. The light of the shepherds who saw those angels and who followed those instructions, even though they must have been so afraid. We're going to change the light of the Magi who followed that wild star and who took gifts. Ooh, the smoke is kind of choking me up. Gifts for a king. All right, I'm going to wait to change the light of the Christ candle because now is the time that I'm going to move these, and we're going to move into our time where you get to say thank you to God. All right? We have lots to be thankful for in this season and in all seasons. I do hope you have had a wonderful Advent and that you are experiencing a beautiful Christmas, even if it looks like Christmas is different, you know? Maybe you're not able to get together with a lot of family this year. But I do hope that no matter what you are doing, it is beautiful and meaningful. And I wish that for you. All right. So let's just take a moment and say thank you to God. Thank you, God, for this journey of this unusual Advent. Friends, I am so grateful that I've gotten to be with you for these years during Advent and during all times. I knew I would get sad even though you're not here with me. But it has been an honor to do Sacred Space with you for all these years. I love you all. Thank you, God, for my First Presbyterian family. I'm going to change the light. Friends, may you always know that God is everywhere. All right, let's sing our going song as our blessing for each other. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. May the grace and peace of Christ be with you.